Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades. Today I'm going to show you how I set up my chart, specifically how I identify support and resistance and how I set up my Fibonacci's and do some of my grid trading. So first of all, we're going to find a coin that I haven't really done this for, which is Toncoin. It hasn't really had a bit of a pump yet, but I certainly see that it could have its moment. And so I have already previously set up Fibonacci's ranges previously here, and I'm going to remove one of those, and I'm just going to leave this one level that I had previously in here, and we're going to set up a new range of Fibonacci. So first of all, I'm going to go over to the tool here, and I'm going to choose just the Fib retracement tool. Okay, that's what I use, and then I'm going to find the swing low, which is here. We find this candle here, and we find the low price there, which is $4.44. I was going to say 44. That would be nice if you got in there at 44 cents. And the swing high, which is up here at $8.29. So $8.29 and $4.44. So we're going to take it from $4.44, and we're going to swing that to $8.29. We go a little bit higher, 829, there we go, and there we have it. Now, if you're in your Fibonacci's, you're not seeing all the numbers and levels that I have here, you can actually click on this tool again and go to the settings. And in the settings, I've actually colored things white here as well. And so you can actually remove Fibonacci levels and add them, and you can actually also change the color here if you wanted to change it to the visibility to a yellow color there as well. So some people have asked and said, hey, how do you get all of them white? And also, how do you get in all those extra ones? I don't have them in there. You can add them in using these tools. And I have some of them that I don't have in there. Let's add those ones in, for example. And you can see that these ones get added right up to the 476 there. I think we can actually keep going if we go down. No, we tap out there at the 476 there, and we just add the color here. We make these white here, and we make that one white, and you can just see how that works. And I just want to show you so you know how to do it. White, and then this gray one we're going to make white. Otherwise, I find it quite hard to see, and I like using the black because then I can actually so the white on the black really stands out for me, and these numbers can really pop. And it's a little bit time consuming. Maybe there's another way you can bulk do it. I'm not sure. Yeah, use one color. There you are down there. So I'm Captain Obvious. All right. So there you go. And you click OK. And now they're all white, and you've added the levels that you want. And they go all the way to the upside. Okay. Now from there, this area here, this was based off a previous swing high and a previous swing low. I kind of have a look and see if there's any confluence there for that. If there's any line, not really. There's not really any levels that go together. So I'm going to actually get rid of that one there and just have that one Fibonacci range there for now. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to move down to the daily time frame here, and I'm going to put some lines of support and resistance. Actually, I probably could have stayed on the weekly for that. That would have been a little bit easier to do there. So let's just put these on. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to click over on the side. And if you don't have this little horizontal line, you can click on this little arrow, and you get this little horizontal line over here, and you can just click on that, and now you've got that in play. And we're going to start at the top at $8.29 here. There we go. And we've got our first one in, and then we're going to move down to the 786, which is at $7.47. And then we're going to move down to 618, the golden pocket, 682. And now we've got some levels of support and resistance. Our price isn't really near those levels at the moment that we can see. The next one here is 637. So we'll grab this next one at 637 here. And then we've got 592 is going to be our next level coming down here. 592, so we grab that level. And it's interesting to see how this came up, and it went pretty well on there. And then we've got this one, looks like this is $5.62 here. level. It's at the level that we've got there, $5.62, which would be pretty much, seems like where it's at right now. And then we've got that lowest level there at 445. I'm not sure if we're going to see that level again. Maybe in the bear market we would. We certainly hope we're not going to see that level there. Of course, $5.36 actually. So let's move that down to $5.36. Bring it down. There we go. So well done. Just make sure we got the right levels there. Yeah, we got the right levels there as well. So now we've got our grid set up, and so now we can establish how we could trade these swings. Now I could add other Fibonacci's levels, like I could add. There was a local top here that we could add a Fibonacci, and down to here as well. And also for this local top that is here, we could add a Fibonacci level there as well. Just for now, I'm just going to keep this one level in here, and we're going to switch to the daily time frame. Now, when I look at this here, this starts to make a little bit more sense, because you can see this would have been a good place. If it doesn't break through, sell. And obviously these levels here are good entry levels because we came down and retested close to these. Now, how would we trade this right now? That's a great question. First of all, I have the 200 EMA on the daily. Now, if you'd like to set up those moving averages, I'm not going to do that one. This specifically is just for Fibonacci's and grid trading. You can go to my Life Changing Gains series, which is located in the Education tab on my cheat sheet, and my cheat sheet is located in the description of this video and every video that I put out. And you can watch one of those videos that shows you how to set up these different indicators. Now, because sometimes you need to use them, because right here, we're quite close to the 200 EMA on the daily. So we can say at this level here is where there could be an entry. And what I'm looking for on this entry is I'm looking for a break and a retest this entry. So I'm actually going to put another line here. And this entry does move, so I've got to be careful with this. But I put another line here around there. Okay, so now I've established, and you can see why there's been resistance there. I'm going to put another line here at the 50-day moving average underneath as well. And that's the 200 EM on the daily that I've put. And I'm going to put another line up on the... Now, I do have to move these lines as these averages move, where the Fibonacci's aren't going to move. So now I even have a better grid with more support and resistance. Now what I'm going to do is I know what my levels are. My levels to get into trades is here at $5.48. On a break or a retest, as this comes back and retests this $5.48, that's where I'm looking to get into the trade, okay? And I've set up all these Fibonacci's here, and you can see all these levels to the upside here as we go up. Now, of course, let me just go back to the weekly time frame here. As this coin begins to move up these levels, you can then add in. So as we break above $8.29, which I believe that we will, it's, of course, nothing is guaranteed. It's all probabilities, but I would say the probability is higher. Then we find our next level is going to be here at about $9.33. And then again, we come up, and our next level is going to be at $9.87 here as we come up, $9.87. And then we're going to come up all the way to the top here at $10.66. And we'll probably stop here. I mean, we could keep going up. I mean, the levels just keep going up, okay? But let's stop there, because I think that's a fair amount there. That would be, kind of double the price of what we have had here. So let's go back down, and let's go back to the daily time frame there. And we've got all our levels on the daily time frame. Now we want to look for our entry. Where are we going to find an entry and exit? And this is the next section I'm going to teach. And we keep going down. There's the 1 hour time frame. And there was the entry there on a retest of that $5.48 level that we got through. So I don't like to trade on the break. I usually trade on the retest, a successful retest and hold. So people ask, what is a retest? Well, we're retesting that line. The price is coming down and retesting $5.48. And it has held that price and has not lost that price and has closed above that price. Therefore, there is an entry there on the retest. And you've got to be fairly quick. You see it retesting. And how do I be fairly really quick? I like to go down to the 5-minute time frame. But you can also go down the 15-minute time frame, and you can see it there. There's the break. There's the retest. That's where you get into the trade. Go back into the 5-minute time frame. Same thing. We're going to see here. How do we get into this trade? There's a break, and then we wait, and then we get the retest. Now, can you trade the break? Of course you can trade the break. You can trade the break. You can trade the break and retest. You could even front run it. You could say, well, look, there's the 200 EMA on the 5-minute time frame, and it's holding. So I'm actually going to front run this trade, and I'm actually going to get in here. Okay? Now, a good question to ask is, what if the trade goes against you? Okay, so let's identify, first of all, let's just summarize the 3 places that you can get in the trade. You can front run it here, the trade. You can trade on the break. As it breaks through this line, you go, yep, I'm getting in, boom. Or you can trade on a retest and successful hold of support. Now, remember, this was previously resistance, but it broke through it as resistance. Now it's retesting it, and now this line is support. It's flipped it from, it's like a spy that got flipped from one agency to another, from the dark side to the light side. It has flipped from resistance, and now it has support. Now, if you missed that, there was almost another entry there where you could have gotten in there again, and now we're up here. Now, look, so I've shown you how to get into trades. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing we're going to identify is how to stop out of trades, get out of this trade. And the third thing we're going to identify is how to take profit on this trade. Okay, so we've identified how you get into a trade. Now, how would you get out of a trade? You would get out of a trade the way you got in, by when this comes down. If we come down to $5.48 here, or actually, because we traded off the 200 EMA on the daily, we would then, if we lose this level here and we go below it, 548 is the 200 EMA on the day. This is the 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. I apologize. So if we lose this level here and we break down below it, retest it as resistance, you exit, and you exit at the same place that you entered, therefore minimizing your loss. Now you ask, what happens if I can't watch the charts all day? I have to sleep, I have to eat, I have to have a shower, I have to drop the kids at school, I have to go to work, I have to go to the gym. That's a great question. Then you would place your stop loss where, at the level that you feel is the most amount of money you want to lose on the trade. So let's say you put $100 into Toncoin, and now you've broken below this level. You have to identify, if you only want to lose at most $10 on this trade, you have to set your stop loss as 10% below that line at $5.48. If you only want to lose 5%, you only want to lose $5 on the trade, then that can work. Now, if you're saying, well, I'm just trading $100, I want to set a stop loss because it's not a large amount of money, sure. You either control the position size, or you control a larger position size with a stop loss. If you're trading, and look, sometimes I'll throw $100 in a meme coin. I'm not interested in putting a stop loss there. If it goes, it goes, and if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. It's a lotto play or whatever, or so forth. But, say you're putting 10,000 on here, and you're saying, okay, the most I want to lose on this trade is $500. And so you set your stop loss at 5%. Or you might say the most I want to lose is $200. So you set your stop loss at 2% under that trade, and then you can know how to stop loss out at that level. Okay, so those are the 2 different ways that you can stop loss. Some people say, put it under the lowest candle or whatever, but sometimes that's more money than you want to lose. And so I always feel good. It's your money. It's not their money. It's your money. And so that's why I put it in your hands to decide how much you will accept loss on that trade. And of course, if you can manually watch the trade, then you can get out. Okay, so now how do we take profit on this trade? Let's go back to the daily time frame here, and let's look at our grid here again, our trading grid. This is basically how trading bots work, actually. But your trading grid here, what we have here is we had the entry at $4.45. Let's say we got that perfect entry at $4.45. So I've shown you how to set up the Fibonacci's. I've shown you how to enter a trade, okay? And I've shown you also how to set stop losses to stop out of a trade. Now I want to show you how to take profit on this trade. So first of all, when we come up to this first level, would I take profit at this first resistance level, yes or no? My answer is going to be, and I know all of you who have watched many of my videos before, no. Why? Because we broke through, we did not reject at resistance. That's why people take profit too early and they go, oh no, I closed out the trade, I was up so much and then it kept going to $6. Exactly. Because you took profits too early. So I would not have taken profit here because we broke through, we retested as support, and we kept going. Same reason I would not have taken profit at $5.35, nor would have I taken profit at the next level here at $5.48. Then what we do is we get up to the next level at $5.92, and this is where we would have looked to possibly taking profit, but we didn't quite get to our take profit target. We kind of rejected there, okay? So let's just say that you're sleeping and it doesn't hit that target. Now it comes down and you're like, oh no, you know, I didn't take profit. I didn't take profit here, didn't take profit here, didn't take profit here, didn't get to my take profit target. But now we come down and what happens? People will panic sell the trade, but you don't need to sell the trade here. In fact, this is where if you didn't get in the trade to begin with, this would be the entry. And the same over here, if you didn't get in the trade to begin with, this would be the entry. And the same here again, that if you didn't get in the trade to begin with, this would be the entry. Why? We got to break, we got to retest. We got to break, we got to retest. A retest and a hold. Break and successful retest and hold as support. Break and successful retest as hold of support. Now, just for time's sake, I'm not going to go down and look at the 5-minute time frame for every single one of these price points, but that's what I'll do. I'll quickly switch to the 5-minute time frame, watch it, hold, retest, bang, I'm in the trade. I don't have to wait for the daily candle because sometimes the daily candle is already gone. It already retested at $5.37, and then by the time it closes, it's $5.54. So I'll always go down to the 5-minute time frame to wait and watch for those retests, and then you don't have to wait for so long. You just wait for the first 5-minute candle to hit, bang, you're in the trade. So on this one here, we wouldn't get out of the trade here if we'd never got in to begin with. We would get in here, and then where can we get out of the trade here? Because suddenly we get we break above, and it's okay, but then we back test and then we retest and we reject here, and that is where we finally take profit or close out the trade. Now, there's a few ways that you can take profit. Number one, you can completely close out of the trade. Number two, you can just take the profit portion of the trade, okay, and then be out. You just take profit and then wait to see what the candle does. And if it bounces back, retests and breaks through. Now, closing completely out of the trade isn't the worst thing to do, because if you close completely out of the trade, the worst thing that can happen if it goes back up again is you just get back in on the retest, but this time you've got money in your jeans from the profit that you took, and then you get back in the trade. So if you got in with $5,000 here, and then you rode it up to here, I don't know, maybe you're $1,000 in profit, and you take $1,000 in profit and put it in your jeans. Now you can use that same $5,000 to jump in the trade here, retest this as support, and then you continue to rinse, repeat as you go up. But of course, this did turn out to be a fantastic place to get out of the trade. It retested as resistance, rejected. Now you're out. Now you come down to here. Where would you get back in? Well, you would have got back in down here on a successful retest, but then you would have got stopped out because then you would have gone down. You rejected here, and you're now out of the trade at break even. You get back in the trade. Now you get out of the trade because you get rejected at break even. And then, of course, we rinse, repeat, and then we get to where we are here, where we come and say we push through. we break. Now we have a retest, so we get in the trade at $5.20. And then where do we get out of the trade? Well, we don't get out of the trade here because we just broke through this $5.36 level. Now we're finding here at $5.48. This is where we got rejected, and this is where we would have got out of the trade and taken profit. But now we can look at getting back in the trade here because we look at a 5-minute time frame that we had a successful retest here. We had another successful retest there, and we can actually get back into the trade, and now we're in this trade. Now, if we come back and get a retest here, if you're not in this trade, then you could get into this trade right here as long as there's a successful retest. If it breaks through, you don't get in. You don't get in. You don't go, oh, I got in at this level. No, it's got to hold. It's got to hold. If it doesn't hold, then, and you can see now the next candle is opening up, but if it doesn't hold, that it's no trade, then you look at the next level or the next level down there. And if you make a mistake and you get in, then you watch for it to break back up, retest it underneath on the 5-minute time frame, and then you would get out there at $5.48. So I'm actually going to look at entering a trade here at $5.48 if we do get back down to this level for a retest. And if there is a successful retest, I can jump in here at $5.48. But of course, I will stop out at $5.48 if it drops below retest resistances below and rejects, then I would get out of the trade. So there you have it. I've shown you how to set up the Fibonacci's. I've shown you also how to get into trades and when to get into trades. I've shown you how to get out of trades and stop out of trades. And I've shown you how to take profits on trades and get out of trades in profit. We're just here to make trading simple again. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please do me a favor, smash the like button. This does help get this content out to more people and does help support the channel as well. I do appreciate all the kind words and encouragement that people leave in the comment section below. Also, if you have any questions about this video, you can also leave those questions in the comments section below, and I will get back to those as soon as I am able to. And remember, there is a cheat sheet, which is my crypto roadmap to success, that is located right down below in the description of this video. You might have to click the more button to see the description, and then right at the top you will see my cheat sheet there, and there is a ton of resources and education. I'm also in the Discord, the Stocks with Josh Discord. I'm in the crypto channel there daily, engaging with the most amazing community on planet Earth. You can also get signed up for that Discord. That's also on the cheat sheet, and that's also linked in the description below. Alrighty, well, thank you again for joining, and until the next episode, happy trading.